When the weight of the world is too heavy to bear, remember this: you don't have to carry it alone. Let God heal your pain and watch Him turn your suffering into strength. Life has a way of throwing punches, and sometimes those punches hit hard. We all carry wounds, some visible, but most are hidden deep within our hearts. Pain can weigh you down, make you feel like there's no way out, like you're stuck in a storm with no shelter. But let me tell you this: there's always a way through, and that way is letting God heal your pain. The thing about pain is, it tries to steal your hope, tries to break your spirit. But you don't have to carry that burden alone. When you let God into your heart, when you trust Him with your pain, you open the door to healing. You invite peace where there was once only chaos, light where there was darkness. You have to stop holding on to that hurt like it defines you. It doesn't. Surrender to God healing starts when you give your pain to Him. Healing begins the moment you surrender. The moment you say, God, I can't do this on my own. And that's not weakness, that's strength. That's the kind of strength that leads to freedom. But here's the thing: you've got to be patient. God's timing isn't always what we expect, but it's always right. You may not see it today, but trust me, He's working on your behalf, piecing you back together stronger than before. When you let God heal your pain, you also learn how to forgive, not just others, but yourself. Forgiveness is the key to unlocking the chains that have been holding you down. It's time to stop replaying the mistakes. Stop letting the past define your future. When you forgive, you release the pain, and that's when the real healing begins. Remember, pain is temporary, but God's love is eternal. You may be in the valley right now, but the mountaintop is ahead. Don't lose hope. Keep walking. Keep walking. Keep trusting. Keep believing. God has a plan for your life, a plan far greater than the pain you're feeling. Let Him take the weight off your shoulders. Let Him lead you to a place of peace, a place where healing is possible. Surrender. It's not a word most people like. We're taught to fight, to resist, to push through, but when it comes to pain, real healing begins with surrender. You see, the more you try to hold on to your pain, the heavier it becomes. It weighs you down, limits your vision, and steals your peace. But when you give that pain to God, you're making the choice to let go of what you can't control. Surrender doesn't mean giving up. It means trusting that God has a plan, a purpose, even for the pain you're feeling. It's about stepping back and saying, God, I can't handle this on my own. I need you to take the lead. That's not weakness. That's the strongest thing you can do, letting go of your need to control and letting God work His power in your life. Trust is the foundation of surrender. You may not see it now, but God is working behind the scenes. He's moving pieces, opening doors, and clearing paths you didn't even know were blocked. And when you trust Him with your pain, you allow Him to turn it into something greater. That brokenness you feel, God can use it to build something stronger, something more beautiful than you ever imagined. When you surrender your pain to God, you're no longer fighting battles that aren't yours to fight. Some of us try to control every aspect of our lives, but the truth is, there are some things only God can handle. The moment you give it to Him, you release yourself from the weight of carrying that burden. It's like walking out of a dark room and stepping into the light. You're free. Letting go of your pain doesn't mean the hurt will disappear overnight, but it does mean you've opened the door for healing. It's a process, and every step you take in surrender brings you closer to that wholeness. The more you trust, the more peace you'll find. Even in the middle of the storm, you'll begin to feel God's presence, guiding you, comforting you, lifting you out of the darkness. Surrender is not passive. It's an active choice, a daily decision to trust God with your pain, your fears, your doubts. It's waking up each morning and choosing to believe that He's in control, even when your circumstances say otherwise. It's believing that He knows the way forward, even when you feel lost. Healing isn't about fixing what's broken on the surface. It's about letting God work in the deepest parts of your soul, where the real pain lies. And that only happens when you let go and let God. When you surrender your pain to Him, you give Him the permission to transform your life from the inside out. So stop holding on to what's hurting you. Give it to God. Let Him take it from your hands and replace it with His peace, His strength, His healing. Trust that in His hands, your pain will no longer be a weight you carry, but a stepping stone toward the life He has planned for you. Pain doesn't define you. Your suffering is part of your journey, but it's not your identity. Pain can be overwhelming. It can feel like it's consuming every part of who you are. But let me remind you of something crucial. Pain doesn't define you. What you've been through is a chapter in your story, but it's not the title of your life. The suffering you face is part of your journey, but it's not the destination. You are so much more than the hurt you carry. In the midst of your struggles, it's easy to feel like your pain becomes your identity. The world may try to label you based on your wounds, your mistakes, or your failures, but those labels are temporary. They don't reflect the depth of your spirit or the strength of your soul. You are not defined by your darkest moments. You are defined by how you rise from them. Your pain may shape parts of you, but it doesn't have the final say. Every scar, every setback, every heartache, these are not marks of defeat. They are reminders of your resilience, proof that you are still standing. You've survived every challenge thrown your way, and that means you're stronger than you think. The pain may be a part of your past, but it has no claim on your future. The world often tells us that suffering is a sign of weakness. But that's a lie. Your pain doesn't make you weak, it makes you human. And more importantly, it offers you the opportunity to grow, to evolve, to become someone who's even more powerful. The real victory is not in avoiding pain, but in refusing to let it define who you are. When you embrace the truth that pain is just a chapter, you take back your power. You start to see that this is all temporary, that there's more to your story than the suffering you've endured. There's hope, there's healing, and there's a future waiting for you beyond the hurt. And in that future, you are not the person defined by your pain. You are the person who rose above it. It's time to let go of the idea that your suffering is the whole picture. The pain is part of the process, but it's not the prize. There is more to you than the broken pieces. God didn't create you to live in your pain forever. He created you to overcome it, to learn from it, and to emerge stronger than ever. You have a purpose that extends far beyond your suffering. Healing begins when you stop identifying with your pain and start identifying with your potential. The road may be tough and the scars may remain, but those scars are not your identity. They are signs of survival, not defeat. They tell the world that you've been through something, but more importantly, that you came out on the other side. Don't let your pain write your story. Let it be a stepping stone to your comeback. Your suffering may have shaped you, but it does not define you. You are more than your pain. You are a survivor, a fighter, a testament to the power of resilience. Keep moving forward because your best chapters are still ahead. Patience in the process. God's healing takes time, but His timing is always perfect. We live in a world that wants everything instantly. We want results now, solutions today, healing tomorrow. But God's healing doesn't work on our schedule, it works on His. And His timing, though it may feel slow to us, is always perfect. There's a process to healing, a journey that requires patience, trust, and faith in something greater than ourselves. Healing doesn't happen overnight. Just like a physical wound needs time to close, your heart and soul need time to mend. Rushing the process won't bring you peace, it will only bring frustration. You've got to trust that God is doing something inside of you, even when you can't see it yet. Patience is about believing in the work He's doing behind the scenes, knowing that in time, His plan will reveal itself. The waiting can be hard. It can feel like you're stuck, like nothing is changing, like the pain is never going to end. But that's where faith comes in. You may not understand why the healing takes time, but God sees the whole picture. He's preparing you, shaping you, and building something within you that will stand the test of time. His timing is always right because he knows what you need even before you do. Sometimes the greatest growth happens during the wait. In those moments of uncertainty, God is strengthening your character, your resilience, and your trust in him. He's teaching you lessons that only time can reveal. When you have patience in the process, you open yourself up to the full scope of his healing power, a healing that goes deeper than anything you could have imagined. Patience isn't passive, it's active trust. It's waking up every day and choosing to believe that God is still working, even if you don't feel it. It's continuing to walk forward, even when the road is long and hard. It's about knowing that God's promises don't have expiration dates. What he said he would do, he will do on his terms in his time. God's healing isn't just about removing the pain, it's about preparing you for something greater. He's not just focused on the present, he's preparing you for the future he has planned for you. Every delay, every moment of waiting is an opportunity for God to mold you into the person he created you to be. And that kind of transformation takes time. Impatience can lead to doubt, but patience builds faith. When you trust God's timing, you release the need for control. You let go of the pressure to make things happen on your own and allow God to work in his way. His timing may not be what you expected, but it's always perfect. And when the healing comes, it will be complete, leaving no loose ends. Don't rush the process. Don't grow weary in the waiting. Trust that God knows what he's doing and that his timing is a reflection of his love for you. Every moment of patience is a moment closer to the healing and restoration he's promised. Keep your faith strong, because when his healing arrives, it will be worth every second you waited. Forgiveness is key. Let go of grudges and forgive both others and yourself to move forward. Forgiveness is one of the hardest things to do, yet one of the most powerful. Holding on to grudges, pain, or anger can feel justified in the moment, but it only holds you back. It's like carrying a heavy weight around with you day after day and expecting to move forward. The truth is, forgiveness isn't about them, it's about you. It's the key that unlocks your ability to heal, grow, and live in peace. Forgiving others isn't about letting them off the hook. It's about freeing yourself from the chains of bitterness that bind your heart. Every moment spent holding on to anger is a moment stolen from your own peace. You deserve better than that. When you choose to forgive, you're not saying that what happened was okay, you're saying that you refuse to let it control your life any longer. But forgiveness isn't just about others. Sometimes the hardest person to forgive is yourself. We all make mistakes, we all fall short. But living in constant regret will keep you stuck. You can't rewrite the past, but you can control what you do next. Forgiving yourself is an act of grace. It's acknowledging your humanity and allowing yourself to move forward without the weight of shame. Grudges don't hurt the person who wronged you, they hurt you. Carrying resentment poisons your heart and clouds your vision. It keeps you stuck in a place of pain, reliving moments that are no longer serving you. Forgiveness allows you to release that burden. It doesn't mean forgetting, it means remembering without the sting of bitterness and choosing peace over pain. When you let go of grudges and forgive, you open up space for healing. There's something liberating about releasing the things you cannot change. When you hold on to anger, you close yourself off to the blessings and growth that are waiting for you. But when you choose forgiveness, you're choosing to step into a life of freedom, unburdened by the past. Forgiveness also requires humility. It means accepting that none of us are perfect and that we all fall short. It's recognizing that just as you need grace, so do the people around you. When you forgive, you reflect the grace that God gives to you, a grace that is endless and transformative. It's in that grace that true healing begins. Forgiving doesn't mean you have to reconcile or let someone back into your life. Sometimes forgiveness is simply about releasing the hold that person or situation has on your heart. It's about finding peace in your own soul, even if things don't go back to the way they were. Forgiveness doesn't change the past, but it absolutely changes your future. Make the choice today. Let go of the grudges, the pain, and the resentment that's holding you back. Forgive others, forgive yourself, and watch how your heart begins to heal. You're not doing it for them, you're doing it for you. Because forgiveness is not just an act, it's a key to unlocking your freedom, your peace, and your future. God's love is constant even in your darkest moments. God's love for you never wavers. In life, there will be times when it feels like everything is falling apart, like the weight of the world is too heavy to carry. In those moments, it's easy to feel abandoned, lost, and forgotten. But even when it feels like no one else is there, God's love is constant. His love doesn't waver, it doesn't diminish, and it certainly doesn't disappear when you're struggling. He's there right beside you, carrying you through the storm. God's love is not conditional. It doesn't depend on how well you're doing or how much you're succeeding. Even when you fall short, even when you make mistakes, His love for you remains the same. You don't have to earn it, it's given to you freely. In your darkest moments, when you feel unworthy or undeserving, that's when God's love is at its most powerful. When the world turns its back on you, God stays. When friends disappear, when family feels distant, God remains. He's not just there in the good times, He's there when life is hard, when you're struggling, when the pain seems too much to bear. His love is unwavering, and no matter how far you feel from Him, He's never far from you. Sometimes it's hard to see God's love in the middle of your pain. You might wonder where He is or why He's allowing you to go through such hardship. But even when you can't see Him, His love is at work. It's in the quiet moments, the small blessings, the strength you didn't think you had. God's love is always present, guiding you through, even when you don't realize it. You are never too broken for God's love. It doesn't matter how many mistakes you've made or how lost you feel, His love is big enough to cover it all. There's nothing you can do that will make Him love you less, and there's nothing you can do that will make Him love you more. His love is constant, unwavering, and eternal. It's there for you no matter where you are in life. God's love doesn't mean you won't face trials, but it does mean you won't face them alone. His love is a source of strength, a foundation you can stand on when everything else is crumbling. When you feel like you can't go on, His love lifts you. When you feel like you're not enough, His love reminds you that you are more than enough in His eyes. Even when you can't feel it, trust that God's love is there. It doesn't leave when times get tough, and it doesn't waver when life gets messy. His love is the one constant in a world that is always changing. It's the light in your darkest hours, the hope when you feel hopeless, and the peace when your soul is restless. No matter what you're going through, remember this: God's love for you never changes. It's constant, steady, and always present. In your highest highs and your lowest lows, He is there, loving you through it all. You are never alone, and His love will carry you, heal you, and guide you, even in the darkest of times. Trust in that love, because it never fails. Trust in God's plan. He has a purpose for your pain that will ultimately lead to growth and strength. In life, we often find ourselves in situations that seem senseless. Pain, loss, and hardship can feel overwhelming, leaving us questioning why we must endure such trials. But amidst the chaos, there lies a profound truth: God has a plan. Every ounce of pain you experience serves a purpose. And trusting in that plan is the first step toward healing and growth. God doesn't waste our struggles. He uses every challenge, every setback, and every moment of pain to shape us into who we are meant to be. When you're in the midst of suffering, it can feel like the end of the road. But in reality, it's just a chapter in a much larger story, one that God is writing with love and intent. Trust that He knows what you can't see right now. Sometimes the most significant growth occurs during our most challenging moments. Pain has a way of breaking down our barriers, forcing us to confront our fears and insecurities. It pushes us out of our comfort zones and teaches us resilience. When we trust in God's plan, we can embrace our struggles, knowing that they are forging a stronger, more resilient version of ourselves. When faced with trials, we often search for answers. Why is this happening to me, we ask. But rather than seeking immediate understanding, consider this: perhaps the journey is more important than the destination. God is using your pain to teach you lessons that you might not learn otherwise. Each struggle is a stepping stone toward growth, a catalyst for transformation. God's timing is also crucial. We may want immediate relief from our pain, but His timing is perfect. He knows when we are ready to receive the blessings that come from our trials. Trusting in His plan means being patient, even when it feels like we're stuck in a never-ending cycle of hardship. It's about believing that the light will come, and when it does, it will be brighter than we ever imagined. You are not alone in your pain. God walks with you every step of the way, offering comfort, strength, and guidance. Lean into that relationship. When you trust in Him, you open yourself up to receive the grace that He offers. It's in those quiet moments of surrender that we often find the clarity and strength to move forward. Every moment of pain is a part of your journey, and every struggle has the potential to bring about something beautiful. God sees the bigger picture, even when we don't. Trusting in His plan means believing that there is a purpose behind your pain, one that will ultimately lead to growth and strength. It's about having faith that everything will work out in the end. As you navigate the storms of life, hold on to this truth: God has a purpose for your pain. It may be difficult to see now, but trust that every tear, every heartache, and every moment of despair is leading you to a place of greater strength and resilience. Embrace the journey, trust in His plan, and watch as you emerge stronger than ever before. Release the burden. Stop carrying the weight of your past. God is ready to lift it from you. We all carry burdens. Some are visible, while others hide deep within our hearts. The weight of past mistakes, regrets, and traumas can feel suffocating. But here's the powerful truth: you don't have to carry that weight alone. God is ready and willing to lift those burdens from your shoulders. It's time to release what no longer serves you and embrace the freedom that comes with surrender. Every moment spent holding on to the past is a moment you steal from your present and future. You may feel justified in clinging to your pain, believing it defines you or keeps you safe, but in reality, it only holds you back. Letting go of the burdens you've been carrying opens the door to healing. God invites you to cast your cares upon Him, allowing His love and grace to wash over you. Releasing your burdens is not about forgetting, it's about letting go of their power over you. It's acknowledging your past without letting it dictate your identity. When you choose to release the weight of your past, you reclaim your life. You're saying to yourself and to God, I am ready for a new beginning. That act of surrender is liberating and transformative. God sees your pain and understands the struggles you faced. He knows how heavy those burdens can feel. Trust that He is compassionate and desires to help you carry what you cannot bear alone. It's not a sign of weakness to seek His help, it's an act of faith. When you invite Him into your pain, you're opening yourself up to His healing touch. Letting go also means confronting the emotions tied to your past. It's okay to grieve what you've lost, to feel the anger and sadness that come with it. Acknowledging those feelings is a crucial part of the healing process. But don't let them anchor you down. Recognize that while your past may shape you, it doesn't have to define your future. When you release the burden of your past, you create space for new possibilities. God wants to fill that space with hope, joy, and purpose. Imagine waking up each day unburdened by regrets, ready to embrace the present and future He has in store for you. That's the freedom that comes from surrendering your pain to Him. This journey of releasing your burdens is ongoing. It may require daily surrender, but that's okay. Each time you feel the weight creeping back in, remind yourself of God's promise to lift it from you. Lean into His strength and let Him carry what you cannot. It's not about perfection, it's about progress and trusting in His loving plan. Today, take a deep breath and let go. Release the burdens that have been weighing you down for too long. Trust in God's readiness to lift them from you and embrace the freedom that awaits. You are not defined by your past, you are defined by your potential. Step into that potential with faith, knowing that God is always with you, ready to guide you toward a brighter tomorrow. Hope in the future pain is temporary, but the healing and peace God provides is everlasting. In times of suffering, it's easy to feel trapped in a cycle of despair. Pain can seem unending, casting a shadow over every aspect of our lives. But it's crucial to remember this pain is temporary. Just as night gives way to dawn, our suffering will eventually pass, making way for healing and hope. God has a plan for your future that transcends the pain you're currently experiencing. When you're in the thick of it, it can be hard to see beyond your circumstances. But trusting in God means believing that He is working for your good, even when it feels like everything is falling apart. His promise is not just for survival through pain, it's for growth and transformation. Every moment of struggle is an opportunity for God to refine you, preparing you for the incredible future He has in store. The healing that God provides is not merely a temporary fix, it's a profound, life-changing restoration. When we turn to Him in our moments of pain, we open ourselves to a peace that surpasses all understanding. This peace comes from knowing that God is in control and that He sees the bigger picture. It's a reassurance that no matter what you're going through, there's a purpose behind it. Remember, healing takes time, and that's perfectly okay. Just as physical wounds need time to mend, emotional and spiritual wounds require nurturing and care. Trust that God is with you every step of the way. He walks beside you, offering comfort and encouragement, reminding you that you are never alone in your struggles. This divine companionship is a source of hope that keeps you moving forward. While pain may feel isolating, hope reminds us that we are part of something greater. The future is filled with possibilities, even if they're not immediately visible. God's plans for you are good, filled with promise and potential. When you allow hope to seep into your heart, you cultivate an environment where healing can thrive. It's a declaration that your story is not over, it's just beginning. The future is bright, but it requires active participation from you. Cultivating hope means nurturing your faith, spending time in prayer, and surrounding yourself with those who uplift and encourage you. It's about choosing to see the light in the darkness, believing that each step forward is a step toward healing. God has equipped you with the tools to navigate your journey. All you have to do is reach out for them. As you move through your pain, hold on to the truth that God's love is unshakable. It's a love that promises healing, restoration, and peace. Even in the depths of despair, you can find comfort in knowing that He is at work, weaving your pain into a tapestry of hope. His healing is everlasting, and it will carry you through every trial you face. Embrace the hope in your future. Pain may be a chapter in your story, but it doesn't define the narrative. Trust that the healing and peace God provides are not just fleeting moments, they are the foundation for a life filled with purpose and joy. Your best days are still ahead, and with God by your side, you have every reason to believe that hope will always triumph over pain. God works through pain. Every struggle you face can lead to a deeper understanding of His grace and mercy. In the midst of our struggles, it's easy to feel abandoned or lost. Pain can cloud our vision, making it hard to see the light at the end of the tunnel. But it's important to remember that God works through our pain, using it as a powerful tool for growth and transformation. Each challenge we encounter can deepen our understanding of His grace and mercy in ways we might never have imagined. When you're in the throes of difficulty, it's crucial to lean into your faith. God doesn't waste our pain, He uses it to teach us valuable lessons. Each struggle brings us closer to Him, revealing facets of His character that we might overlook in times of ease. Through our trials, we discover his compassion, understanding, and unwavering love, showing us that we are never truly alone. The beauty of pain is that it often strips away our facades, exposing our vulnerabilities. In those moments, we're reminded that we are human, flawed, and imperfect. God meets us in our weakness, offering his strength and grace. He invites us to cast our burdens on him, assuring us that his mercy is sufficient. It's through our struggles that we learn to rely on his power rather than our own. Pain also serves as a catalyst for empathy. When we endure hardships, we develop a deeper understanding of others who are suffering. Our struggles teach us compassion and help us relate to those in need. This newfound perspective allows us to share God's love and grace with others, transforming our pain into a source of strength for ourselves and a comfort for those around us. Every struggle can also bring us closer to a profound realization that God is actively involved in our lives. He is not a distant observer. He walks with us through every trial. When we invite him into our pain, we create a space for healing and restoration. We begin to see that our suffering is not without purpose. It is a vital part of our spiritual journey. Embracing the idea that God works through pain means recognizing that healing takes time. It's a process filled with ups and downs, victories and setbacks. But each step of the journey leads us to a more profound understanding of his grace. Trusting in his plan allows us to find hope even in the darkest moments, knowing that our struggles will ultimately lead to growth. In your moments of pain, seek God with an open heart. Ask him to reveal the lessons hidden within your struggles. Pray for the wisdom to see his hand at work, transforming your trials into testimonies of his grace. By surrendering your pain to him, you create a pathway for healing and understanding that transcends your circumstances. Remember, every struggle you face can lead to a deeper understanding of God's mercy and grace. Pain is not an end, but a journey that leads you closer to the heart of God. Trust that he is working all things together for your good, and embrace the transformative power of his love as you navigate through your challenges. Embrace the journey. Healing is a journey, and with God by your side, you will emerge stronger and more resilient. Healing is not a destination, it's a journey, a process that unfolds over time. It can often feel daunting, especially when you're in the thick of it, but it's essential to embrace every step along the way. Each moment of struggle, every tear shed, and every small victory contributes to a deeper understanding of yourself and your faith. With God as your guide, you are not merely surviving, you are transforming. The path to healing is filled with twists and turns, but it is within those challenges that growth occurs. Every setback can feel like a mountain to climb, yet each one also presents an opportunity to rise above your circumstances. When you lean on God during these tough moments, you discover a strength within you that you may not have known existed. His presence offers comfort and reassurance, allowing you to navigate the rough terrain of your journey. As you embrace the journey of healing, it's important to acknowledge the emotions that come with it. It's natural to feel fear, doubt, and frustration. But instead of pushing those feelings aside, allow yourself to experience them. God is with you in your pain, and he wants to walk with you through it. By embracing your emotions, you open yourself up to the healing process, allowing his grace to permeate your struggles. Patience is a vital part of the healing journey. It's easy to want instant results, but God's timing is always perfect. Each step you take is significant, no matter how small it may seem. Trust that God is working behind the scenes, orchestrating a beautiful transformation within you. In those moments when progress feels slow, remember that the journey itself is part of your growth. Surrounding yourself with supportive individuals is also key to your healing. God often uses people in our lives to provide encouragement and strength. Seek out those who uplift you, who understand your journey, and who can share in your victories, big and small. Together, you can inspire one another, reminding each other that healing is not meant to be faced alone. Embracing the journey means being open to change. Healing often requires letting go of old patterns and mindsets that no longer serve you. As you shed these layers, you create space for new beginnings and fresh perspectives. God wants to renew your spirit and transform your heart, and by embracing this process, you allow Him to work miracles in your life. There will be moments of doubt where you may question if you're making any progress at all. During these times, reflect on how far you've come. Acknowledge the small victories along the way. Each step forward, no matter how insignificant it may seem, is a testament to your resilience. With God as your foundation, you are equipped to face any challenge head-on. As you journey toward healing, remember that you are becoming stronger and more resilient. Each experience shapes you, teaching you valuable lessons about faith, hope, and perseverance. God is not just with you for the easy moments. He is by your side through every trial, helping you rise above and emerge more powerful than before. Embrace this journey, knowing that you are on a path toward a brighter, more fulfilled future. As we come to the end of this journey together, remember that healing is not a one-time event, but a continual process shaped by faith and resilience. Embracing your pain allows you to experience God's grace in ways that can transform your life. Each struggle, each tear, and each moment of doubt is a stepping stone toward a deeper understanding of His love and purpose for you. Trust that God is by your side, guiding you through every challenge. He is working tirelessly behind the scenes, crafting a beautiful story out of your pain. You are not defined by your struggles, but by the strength you find within them. With every step you take, you are becoming a testament to the power of faith, proving that even in the darkest times, healing and hope are possible. So as you move forward, carry this message in your heart. Your journey is uniquely yours, filled with lessons that will fortify your spirit and deepen your connection with God. Embrace the process, lean into your faith, and let God lift you from your burdens. You will emerge from this journey not just healed, but empowered and ready to face whatever comes next. Your best days are ahead, and with God guiding you, the possibilities are limitless. Let His light shine through you and watch how your life transforms as you embrace the journey of healing.